Hey everybody, this is MyCollectables coming back with another video, and I got some great predictions for you upcoming for the fall, specifically October, and the New York City Comic Con that Vivi's going to be at with comic books and what I think could be dropping in the app very shortly. And I'll back it up with some of my previous predictions that I've gotten 100% correct. It's super exciting, guys, coming up. And I got even a special one for you, too, towards the end of the video that I think could be absolutely massive. And if you guys do like this kind of content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And you can also join my channel as a member because my drop head 3s have just launched and they reward comic books and Omi and all sorts of great stuff. And all you got to do is sign up and DM me, and I'll get you into the program. And if you do want to learn more about digital comic books and their importance long-term, make sure you check out my recent video, which I break it all down, showing why digital comic books are amazing, the future, and how these are really important to get your hands on, in my opinion. But let's get into this, you guys. This is my top Veve comic predictions, for the fall coming up right here in New York City Comic Con. Now, Vive's going to be at New York City Comic Con again, and will they have the same kind of setup with the booth that they had last year and at the San Diego Comic Con? Will it be the same, right? It looks so amazing. It looks to be like that's probably going to be the case for sure. And what more exposure Vive's going to get for digital collecting as this whole digital collecting space starts to grow, you guys. And what Marvel Mighties will be on display this time, right? It's going to be quite funny to find out, right? But at San Diego Comic Con, now Veve did do these 2 special drops with Marvel. They did, Venom's Lethal Protector #1, which is the #1 comic in the real world, on Go Collect in terms of eBay sales right now. It is absolutely on fire because of all the speculation, because of the Spider-Man 2 video game, the Venom and everything. This comic is on fire. And in Veve, it's actually doing quite well. 48 listed, only 1,000 copies, and it's sitting at 75 gems on the floor. And then, of course, they dropped this Avengers 52 with the Grim Reaper. This is another surprise drop with only 1,000. So this might happen again at New York City Comic Con. Maybe we'll get another couple of surprise comic drops, or at least some kind of surprise drop through Marvel, which would be really exciting, right? But I'm not going to predict those comics here. I'm going to predict the big comics, because this comic right here, Avengers 1, I predicted this coming to San Diego Comic-Con or in July. We had to wait a little bit longer. This one actually came out at the end of August and on August 31st. And I also predicted Iron Man 1 coming around that time. And as you know, if you follow Veve, this comic is actually coming out tomorrow, if you're watching this on September the 25th. So this comic actually showed up as well. And there's a few reasons for these. Facsimiles have been released in the real world, which then kind of does tie into some of these comic drops, these first ever on the blockchain versions of these comics that are so important to have your hands on. I mean, these ones also dropped. So both of these I predicted before, and they've come true. There's a couple more that I've predicted as well. So what is likely to drop at the New York City Comic Con? Well, if you follow the information about Marvel, like I do super closely, if you follow like releases in the real world, you'll see that there's a few comics that are coming out that are massive. And this one right here has been on my hit list for a while. This one has already come out in the physical space with the facsimile release and Hulk 180 as well. This is, of course, the first appearance of the Wolverine. And this will be a massive comic if it comes to the Veve platform. Everyone would freak out over this one. It would be really, really highly valued for sure. And so this comic, I do predict, should come this month. I can't see them waiting any longer for this one, but I could be totally wrong. This is just speculation, but this comic's been out for a little bit in the real world on the facsimile release, and all of those comics have actually hit Veve, as well as the DC ones over on the DC NFT platform. That's not what I'm doing here today with this video, even though the Poison Ivy comic is likely to drop on DC NFT pretty soon. This one right here, I think, has a really great chance of coming. There's Deadpool 3 coming up. There's all sorts of stuff around it. It's imminent for Veve, in my opinion. Now, this comic also is another one. This is X-Men 1, another massive comic grail to, at one point, it's going to make its first appearance on the blockchain for digital ownership, and this is going to be on Veve. So this is another one that I think could actually definitely come to Veve in regards to, in New York City Comic Con week, or even in October around this time. I mean, they've been dropping a few really big comics. These ones are already out on the other side. So, this would be amazing to have this as well. Those are my two massive picks right there. But I do have another big one. And this one is quite crazy. I do have a collectible I think could come as well. So stick around just for a few minutes for that. But this is another big one I think could actually happen. Now, if you look at what's going on at New York City Comic Con and you look at Marvel and you look at the guests, okay, actually, did you guys know that Chris Evans, Captain America himself, is a guest of honor? There's only 4 guests of honor at the actual event. One of them, of course, is Chris Evans, who played Captain America. So what could that possibly mean with Marvel wanting to do something special and drop something major? Well, Captain America #1 could be the comic that they go for. This would be the second to Amazing Fantasy only on Veve in regards to its power. And this comic could drop, if you think about it. I mean, we've been waiting for this one. They need a massive splash. We got those other GRAIL comics, but this would be absolutely legendary. You can see them with the punch right there. I already have the collectible of Captain America doing the punch just in case in my vault. So I could think that this one could possibly come because, like I said, Chris Evans is a guest of honor. So, this is pure speculation, of course. It's a lot of fun, but this could potentially happen, you guys. We know we're going to get it eventually one day. Why not now, right? It could be, of course, a July 4th sort of deal, right? That's another speculation point too. But anyway, I got another one for you for a collectible. Now, the other guest of honor is actually Tom Hiddleston from, Loki, and we got the Loki show coming, and we saw that Iron Man fully animated dropped at San Diego Comic-Con. So why not a Loki fully animated 3D collectible, to match up with the guest of honor with Tom, of course, at the Comic-Con. This could be another thing that could happen, or another full animated character. I also predicted Venom, the collectible himself, coming in San Diego Comic-Con. Instead, we got that Venom comic. And you know that Venom is really prominent right now. So that could also happen. Venom could also show up here. But this could be amazing as well. If you look at their guests of honor, there's only 4. Ewan McGregor's another one, but we already have Obi-Wan Kenobi in Veve, of course. And there's one other one, a new actor who's in the Sabine show, the Ahsoka show. She's also a guest of honor too. But this would be amazing as well. But look for some sort of special drop by Marvel. 100%. Right now, we did these predictions together last time for San Diego Comic-Con. Look at all the great stuff. You can see up at the top my picks. Avengers 1, Iron Man 1. Those have now dropped in Veve a little bit later than I predicted for sure. Venom collectibles up there. Pokemon. Hulk 181 was up there from before. Thrawn and Ahsoka collectibles. Star Wars number 42 comic. Okay, that's Boba Fett. Okay, we got Darth Vader 14 and Mace Windu number 5. Those are both Ahsoka first appearances. So there's a lot of good stuff that could happen. And your guys' list down below, from July 12th on my live stream when we did this together, there's some amazing picks there as well. So it's a lot of fun to speculate about what could come. But I do believe that this is a big possibility. Okay, this I think is coming, and this one as well potentially. One of these will probably drop. If not, at the New York City Comic Con, but at least, in October potentially. So get ready, guys. It is going to be amazing. And just if there's any clarification about comic books and their importance, the first actual representations of these on the blockchain are super important, specifically for digital ownership. Owning a bit of the IP of these comics is absolutely amazing, you guys. So comic collectors, in the future, when these companies, Marvel, DC, they don't even print comics anymore because they're all going to go digital. You're going to want to have these original GRAILs, the first ever digital versions of them in this medium, this new medium outside of print. You're going to want to make sure you have these in your collection, in my opinion. I mean, I think it's a no-brainer for sure. And digital ownership, specifically the first on the blockchain, is crazy important. Moving forward, specifically for digital comic book collecting. One day, they're not even going to be printing them. And so we're going to go back to the OGs, and you're going to want to have these ones in there. And, of course, new comics that come out that only exist in the digital space. But anyway, that's a whole other topic. It does tie in. You can check out my video about that as well. But good luck on the drops. If these come, give me your predictions down below. I want to know what you think about what could possibly come at the New York City Comic Con or around this month, because there's some exciting stuff ahead. And I've never been more happy to be a digital collector. It is getting really, really amazing, you guys. Anyway, I will see you in the next video, and happy collecting.